You know, when you sent over your deep dive request about healthy aging, I have to admit the sheer volume of material you included, especially on the gut microbiome, was impressive. You're clearly onto something fascinating here.
It's definitely a hot topic, and for good reason. Most people don't realize just how connected their gut is to their overall health, especially as they get older.
Okay, so let's unpack this whole gut aging connection.
Right.
We hear a lot about the immune system, but to think that a huge chunk of it actually resides in our gut. Mind-blowing.
Isn't it? Both of the sources you sent over highlight this amazing fact. Nearly 70% of your immune system is housed in your gut. It's like your gut is the body's most important immune organ.
70%. Okay, now I'm really curious. Why the gut? It seems counterintuitive, like, shouldn't the immune system be everywhere?
Well, think about it. Your gut is the first line of defense against the outside world. Everything you eat, all those potential invaders have to pass through this intricate system. It's strategically positioned to neutralize threats.
It's like the gut is the body's security checkpoint screening everything that enters.
Exactly. And within this security checkpoint, there's something called GALT, or gut-associated lymphoid tissue, which acts like a boot camp for your immune cells.
GALT, that acronym keeps popping up everywhere. So is this where my immune cells are doing push-ups and learning how to fight bad guys?
In a way, yes. GALT is where your immune cells are trained to differentiate between good guys, the beneficial bacteria, and the bad guys, the harmful pathogens. They learn who to fight and who to leave alone, preventing unnecessary attacks on friendly microbes.
Okay, so picture a high-tech training academy with different training grounds for different threats. That's GALT. But here's what I find really cool. Our sources both mention that the bacteria in our gut actually help with this training process.
It's incredible, right? Those little guys aren't just passive residents. They play an active role in shaping our immune response.
Okay, so having a healthy gut with a good balance of bacteria is like having a well-trained security team that knows exactly what to do.
Exactly. And unfortunately, like any well-oiled machine, this training process can become less efficient as we age, which is why maintaining a healthy gut becomes even more crucial later in life.
That makes so much sense. It's like anything else, right? The older you get, the more you have to prioritize maintenance to keep things running smoothly.
Hmm.
So we've established that the gut is this bustling immune system hub, and it changes with age.
Sure.
But what exactly is going on in there as we get older?
Well, the scientific term is dysbiosis, which essentially means an imbalance in the gut microbiome.
Dysbiosis. Okay, I've heard that term before. But it's more than just numbers,
Yeah.
right? It's not just about having less good bacteria as we age.
You're right. Imagine a rainforest teeming with diverse life versus a field of corn. That's the difference between a young, resilient gut and an aging one. Think of diversity as a measure of your gut's resilience.
Okay, that's a powerful visual. A diverse rainforest is much more resilient than a field of corn. And both of our sources point to bifidobacterium as a prime example of what we tend to lose as we age.
Right. Bifidobacterium are some of the all-star players in a healthy gut. As their numbers decline, it can impact everything from digestion to immunity. There's even research linking lower levels to increased inflammation as we get older, which can contribute to a whole host of health issues.
So it's not just about the gut becoming less efficient with age, but also how these changes can have a ripple effect throughout the entire body. It's like a domino effect.
Absolutely. And this brings up an important point. We're not aiming to stop the aging process altogether. That's a story for another time. What we're really talking about is how to age well, and your gut plays a crucial role in that.
This is where things get really fascinating for me. We've talked about the gut's role in immunity, how it changes with age, but then there's this whole other layer, the gut-brain connection. What's the deal with that?
You're talking about the gut-brain axis, this constant two-way communication highway between your gut and your brain.
Hmm.
What's fascinating here is how this connection impacts how we age, particularly when it comes to cognitive function.
So you're telling me that what's going on in my gut could be influencing my brain. That seems like a stretch.
It might sound strange, but it's true. A healthy, balanced gut actually supports healthy brain function. On the flip side, an imbalanced gut, where those beneficial bacteria are depleted, may actually contribute to cognitive decline.
Yeah, I need some more details here. How are they actually communicating? What's the language of this gut-brain axis?
Well, one of the ways they talk is through a protein called brain-derived neurotrophic factor, or BDNF for short. Think of BDNF as a kind of fertilizer for your brain cells, especially when it comes to learning and memory.
BDNF, I think I've come across that term before. It's involved in keeping our brains sharp, right?
Exactly. And here's the really fascinating part. Research suggests that certain types of good bacteria in our gut can actually influence the production of BDNF.
So by supporting those good bacteria through our diet and lifestyle choices, we might be supporting our brain health as well. That's a two-for-one deal I can get behind.
Precisely. And there's even more to it than that. Emerging research is now exploring potential links between gut dysbiosis and serious neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's.
Alzheimer's, wow, that's getting serious. Are you saying there's a possibility that an unhealthy gut could increase the risk of developing Alzheimer's?
It's still a very complex area of research, and scientists are working hard to understand all the intricacies, but there's a growing body of evidence to suggest that there might be a connection.
That definitely highlights just how important it is to prioritize gut health, not just for digestion, but for overall well-being as we age. So knowing all of this, what can we actually do to support our gut as we age? We've got all this information, but knowledge is only powerful if we use it right. So knowing all of this, what can we actually do to support our gut as we age? We've got all this information, but knowledge is only powerful if we use it right.
You're absolutely right. The good news is that there are plenty of things you can do to nurture a healthy gut, and many of them are surprisingly simple and enjoyable.
Give me the good stuff. What's at the top of the list for a healthy aging gut?
Well, both of the sources you sent were very clear on this one. Fiber is king.
Mhm.
Fruits, vegetables, whole grains, they all provide the fuel that those beneficial bacteria need to thrive.
Always comes back to fiber, doesn't it?
Yep.
So load up on the produce aisle. Got it. What else?
Don't forget about fermented foods. Things like kimchi, sauerkraut, yogurt, they're not only delicious, but also packed with probiotics, those live beneficial bacteria we've been talking about.
Fermented foods are having a real moment right now, which is great because they're delicious. A and D, good for you. And I'm guessing exercise is on the list too, right? It seems like exercise is the answer to everything these days.
You're not wrong. Exercise isn't just good for your heart and muscles, it also has a positive impact on your gut microbiome.
It really is amazing how interconnected everything in our bodies is.
It really is. And here's another important connection: stress management. Chronic stress can really wreak havoc on your gut balance. So finding healthy ways to manage stress, like mindfulness techniques or spending time in nature, can make a world of difference.
That's a good reminder to slow down and take a breath literally. Life can get pretty hectic, but taking time to de-stress is crucial for so many reasons, including our gut health.
Absolutely. And in addition to those lifestyle changes, some people find that targeted probiotic supplements can be helpful in giving their gut a little extra support. But as always, it's best to talk to your healthcare provider to see what's right for you.
Solid advice.
Mm,
So we've covered a lot of ground here. The gut's role in immunity, how it changes as we age, that mind-blowing gut-brain connection, and practical steps we can take to support it all. But before we wrap up, I have to ask, what does the future hold for gut health? Are there any exciting new discoveries on the horizon?
There are some really fascinating avenues of research underway. One that's particularly intriguing is fecal microbiota transplantation, or FMT.
FMT, okay, that sounds a little intense.
It's definitely not your average treatment. Basically, it involves transplanting fecal matter from a healthy donor into the gut of someone with an imbalance. The idea is to essentially reset the gut microbiome, and it's showing promise for treating a range of conditions, potentially even reversing some age-related gut changes.
Wow, that's incredible. I might stick to my kimchi for now. But seriously, that just goes to show how much we're still learning about the power of the gut. It's like a whole new frontier in health and medicine.
Absolutely, and that's what's so exciting about this field. Who knows what the future holds? Imagine a world where we can personalize gut treatments for optimal aging, or even use the gut microbiome to prevent disease. It's still early days, but the possibilities are incredibly exciting.
It's definitely a future worth getting invested in.
Yeah.
And it sounds like we can all take steps today to support our gut health and potentially enhance our well-being for years to come.
Thanks so much for taking this deep dive with us. It's been an eye-opening journey into the incredible world of the gut.
It's been my pleasure. Remember, knowledge is power, especially when it comes to your health. And that's a wrap on another deep dive. Make sure you join us next time for more fascinating insights. And remember to keep those deep dive requests coming.